5 hours to beat both Hollow Knight and Silksong back to back. Am I able to? I mean, both games are really hard, I'm way too lazy to train Hollow Knight, and I just started speedrunning Silksong. I mean, nothing could go wrong, right? Hi, it's Shy, and I'm not shying away from this challenge. So let's start with Hollow Knight. As I fight the first boss and get the first ability, I can tell you what our goal is in both games. Both games are actually quite similar. In Hollow Knight, your goal is to get the 3 drummers and beat the last boss. And in Silksong, your goal is to get the 3 melodies before facing the last boss. So yeah, that's pretty simple. I'll get abilities, fight bosses, and try not to die too much. Now we just collected our first ability, the Fireball, and I'm making my way to fight Lunette and prevent her from going too far. When we beat her, we get our first movement ability, so now we can dash and move way faster. And I'm quitting and coming back to the game to avoid walking all the way back. And now I'm getting the third ability, but I don't even need to fight the boss this time. And now I can go save Sly, an important NPC, but first we have to face a really hard boss, Grass Mother. This NPC right here is called Sly, and he's really important because he saves the lantern, which will be really useful later on. And while I'm here, I can buy this charm called the Shaman Stone, which increases our spell damage, and in one sentence... That's a lot of damage! Oh no! No, I'm just kidding. I was actually setting up a fun skip, because when you die in Hollow Knight, you become limited in soul and you lose all your money. But in speedrun, I can use the shade to reach places I normally can't. For example, here. And with this skip, I'm already able to reach Resting Grounds, which I normally would not be able to reach now. And I can already get our next ability, the one that lets us defeat the Dreamers. Without it, I don't even know if it's possible. Okay, now I'm going to take a huge detour, because there is a really hard skip coming up. And I tried it dozens of times, but I wasn't able to get it even once. But it's not a small detour. I have to fight 2 bosses and go with 1 extra ability. Right now we are in City of Tears, and this area is really not easy, so I decided to play safe by using spells whenever I can, and we will fight a boss that is really fun to fight. Muy bien, muy bien. He gave us this ability called Desolate Dive, and now we can collect this simple key to access a new area where we can fight a boss and get the last ability we need to avoid the big skips. That was the whole point of the detour. Unfortunately, he went under the floor and I came all the way back, but I may have died and now I came back hungry. We are getting so close to the first drummer, but before that lays a really hard boss called Water Knights. First dreamer, down. And the second one is in the archives, but we need to fight a boss called But the game also is changing, as viewers are getting infected and it's way harder to move. Then we can go back to Sly. Sly is really important because of this item here, the lantern. Without this item I can't even see any places like Deep Nest or the one we'll go to right now, Crystal Peak. And it's a place I quite like, despite the fact it's a bit challenging. By the way, in Hollow Knight and Silksong speedruns, people use Chinese because it's faster, but I chose Japanese by mistake. Yeah, well played if you noticed it. And now that we got the ability to fly, we can finally get the ability I was searching for, the ability to swim in the acid. Finally! I lost a lot of time, but now I don't have to make a really hard skip and I can go straight to fighting Umu, but I'm really not good at fighting Umu. It took me so long, but now I can get the second dreamer and go for the last. There is no boss to fight for the last dreamer, but I have to go to Deep Nest. And I can't stretch how bad I am at navigating Deep Nest. Normally I should get the last dreamer, then use all the money I have to buy a stag, a transportation, and transport directly to the last boss, but unfortunately I got lost. And I died 2 times. So I won't be able to use the stag since it costs money and I'll probably get lost in Deep Nest again. But on the bright side, I found a way and I was able to get the final dreamer. It's finally time to beat the game and the last boss. Both have the same name, Hollow Knight. Good luck! We finally did it, and it wasn't perfect at all. I died a lot, got lost a lot, and didn't train, but I really feel satisfied. I beat the game faster than I ever did. I feel like we can proudly go beat Silksong now. Silksong is the new game that just came out. In it, Hornet got kidnapped. She needs to get to the top. I'm sure she'll make it. I wonder what awaits her there? The abilities and movements are different in Silksong. That's why you see me pogo from time to time. It's because it's faster than moving normally. And with the next abilities being unlocked, the run can go crazy. Okay, I talked so much that we already made our way to the first boss. I get the feeling this boss, Moss Mother, is way harder than Grass Mother, despite the fact she's the first boss of Silksong. And that's the thing, most bosses in Silksong are way harder than in Hollow Knight, and that makes it so interesting. As I was talking, I made my way to the first ability that we can collect. It gives you a Silk Spear, I mean it's called the Silk Spear. It's super useful, especially for fighting this boss, Waera, the Bell Beast. Nice, we got her. Actually, I died once as I killed her, but you don't know. While we collect our first ability, let me explain a little more about the run. Right now, we are in Act 1, which means we can't collect the 3 melodies yet. And to get to Act 2, you have to take one of the few routes. I'm just taking the route I took my first time playing the game. For this route, you have to activate 5 pairs and fight a not so easy boss. And that's the first pair. Okay, now we are going to the second ability, Raine. And yeah, we can dash now. Run, dash, move, pogo, it's so dynamic. Seriously, I recommend this game if you haven't played it yet. This ability is now an important boss, Late. And I really like fighting her while trying to go fast. She really runs away like Hornet. Maybe they are made of the same silk? Now we can collect the next ability, which we can get from an NPC. She asks us to gather items to proceed, and once we do, she gives us a new skill, the ability to float. And now we can fight for scores. We can actually skip this fight, but I really can't do it. I wasn't able to get it a single time. But I just pretend I made the skip, and I'm going straight to the City of Tears of Silksong, Grimoire. I'm doing the skip to get to the third bear, then do a little bit of platforming. But here comes a new challenger. Nice, and now I can go to Cellwood, the place where there is my next ability. And I'll use a skip where you scream Ganama to be able to lure enemies close to you and avoid the boss entirely. Now I can unlock the ability to climb. Then I can fight a really cool boss named Widow to get an ability and a bell at the same time. Nice, I got her. And it was actually not... Oh, wait. Nice, here I got her for real. After beating her, we got the needle in that we'll be able to use later, but for now I'm increasing the level of my needle, I'm hitting this level, then I can make my way through Vested Steps, and it's a place I died so much at that I got used to it, and I can simply play the needle in here and just wait to get to Act 2, easy peasy, right? Wait. Génial, we got her. She's really not an easy boss for Act 1. Now that we can reach Act 2, we can finally collect the melodies. I mean, not exactly, we still have one boss to fight before being able to do that. Their name is Clockwork Dancers. 2 dancers, 1 song. So, let's tango. This boss duo is really fun to fight, and I really like how, when you think it's down, the music changes and it keeps going. But now that we completed these phases, the music changes and it goes into step 1. And I got some unfortunate news. I got lost. I got lost a lot. And I may have even died, by the way. And all I had to do was to talk to the statues. Yeah. I came upon this gauntlet and remembered how easy it is compared to the one we'll face later. Fighting this gauntlet gives us access to Whispering Vault, a maze-like area where you can get lost everywhere, every time, and anywhere. And after a while, I was finally able to find the boss. And I quite like this boss. I call it the cinema boss. Now it's time to make our way to the last ability, and after that we'll have to fight an extremely hard gauntlet and 2 last bosses. Ability unlocked! Now we got Raine and we can move in front fast. And it gives me access to the next area we go to, the high roads. But before that I have to get the first melody, and I got lost a lot because of the Whispering Vaults again. And now it's time for me to start the Path of Pain of Silksong, and I quite struggled with this one. I complete this little puzzle to get the second melody. Now I can go back down to get to the high roads and fight a really hard gauntlet. To be honest, I'm quite scared of this gauntlet. I could definitely beat it in less than 5 tries, but I could also spend dozens of minutes. And I still have 2 bosses to fight left. Well, good luck. Let's go! I finally beat them and I was so excited. Now I can learn the last melody, then play all 3 melodies in front of the statues. It's time to fight Lace again, but this time she's way harder to fight. You ready? It starts right now. Wow, there is only one boss left now. And now it's finally time to fight Grandma Sherky, Grandmother Sherky. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it, and I'm so proud of my performance in both games. I beat Silksong in 2 hours and 13 minutes, and Hollow Knight in 1 hour and 58 minutes. And with how much I struggled, I'm so surprised I was able to get my best time in both Hollow Knight and Silksong. But thank you for watching, it was really pleasant to make this video, and I feel like my abilities as a YouTuber are increasing, and I'm really happy that I was able to beat both games in under 5 hours. That's it, it was Shy, thank you for watching.